Hey Ukramedia family, Sergey Praknevsky here, and reflection objects are no longer supported in the latest, the greatest JavaScript engine inside of our expressions. And I'll be honest with you, I am a bit sad to hear that, because if you've taken our course or if you're about to take our course, you'll learn pretty quickly that I am very excited about this feature. It's one of my favorite, and unfortunately, you can't use it in the new JavaScript engine. You can still use it in the old ExtendScript engine. So you can click here, right? And then go to Expressions tab. And you can still use it if you use this legacy ExtendScript. In fact, I'm going to make sure I have that because I'm going to show you what the reflection objects are. So if you're using the old legacy ExtendScript, you were able to see the properties or the methods of certain objects. For example, anything in here is an object, like this logo is an object. And I'm using this text, right? It's just a debugger. I'm using the source text property of it. And I'm going to create an expression for it. So Alt click on the stopwatch. And now we're going to type some things in here. We can see visually what's going on. So I'm going to point to this right here, this object, this Ukramedia logo. So if I let go, right here, it tells me object layer. So we are pointing to an object called layer. And that object has properties. So if we have an object, chances are we have properties. Well, wouldn't it be nice to find out what kind of properties our object has? Well, in the old legacy ExtendScript, we do have a way to do that, which is called reflection object. And it's super, super awesome. And I feel like it's a hidden feature of the expressions engine that not many people know about. So all you got to do, go to the end of your path here and just say period, reflect, period. And then you want to see, like, what do you want to reflect? I want to reflect properties. So I'm going to say properties. It was that easy, right? And then you would just click away and it would show you here in your composition all the properties that your logo has. So you can see we have the name property, we have like the width, the height, the index. What else? We have scale, rotation, position. So a lot of them in here. You can obviously scale it down and see more or whatever. So that is super useful. And if you are starting out learning expressions, I mean, that's important information. Right away, you're not wasting time. You know exactly what you can tap into. You know exactly what you can manipulate and things of that nature. So right now, I'm going to play with width. Let's do index and name. So first one, let's try. So I'm going to get rid of this reflection object. Now that I know the properties that I want to go into, so I can say, show me the index of that logo, right, of this logo. You should show me 2, right? So the index is 2. That's good. Let's see the width of that. So width, 264, that's good. And let's see the name of that logo. So I'm going to say name property. Okay, but once you are committed to a property, then you want to know, like, what can I do to it? And right now we're pointing to the name, right? So I want to see what kind of actions can I apply to this property. And again, we can use reflection object for that. Again, all you got to do, press period, reflect, period. And this time, instead of properties, we're going to say methods, or it's another word for actions, right? What kind of actions can we apply to this property? So I'm going to say methods. And when you click away, After Effects will show you right here all the methods you can apply to this name right here. So we have 2 uppercase, 2 lowercase, and many other ones in here. So I'm going to try this 2 uppercase, 2 lowercase. So I'm going to get rid of this reflection object. So if I click away, you can see we have the name of the logo. And right now, the first letter of each word, I guess, is capitalized. But if I use 2 uppercase method that we just learned about, then it's going to capitalize everything. And we can just say period, 2 uppercase, and then you do have to do open and close parentheses. So now when you click away, it's going to capitalize everything. So it doesn't matter how you type it in here, it's going to capitalize everything. So that's good. You can also do 2 lowercase. Instead of upper, you say lower, and it'll do the same thing, which is great. Now that you can see how useful and how awesome reflection objects are, let me show you what happens when we use them in the new JavaScript engine. Watch what happens when we switch to the new JavaScript engine. So I'm going to go here, click there, and then go to Expressions tab, and then let's switch to the JavaScript engine, which is the new one, and then press OK. And right away, you can see our expression breaks. We have this expressions error in here and there as well. And in other words, it doesn't work. And you can even do the same thing for methods. If you type that, it doesn't work. Now you can switch back to the legacy and you'll have no issues, but it will not work on the new engine. However, we do have a workaround, and I believe it was John Colombo that wrote this new code that will give you the same thing. Well, kind of. It combines both properties and methods in one area. And if you want to get this code, you can go to the bottom of this video and then click on the link and you can copy it from there. But essentially, here it is. I'm going to paste it. So there's the code. And here's what you need to do. So all you got to do, replace this path for whatever path you want to go to. For example, if you want to pick whip to this logo, it's going to give you all the properties and methods of that logo. Now, it does kind of puts like each property on one line, which could be good, but for me, I don't think it's good because you'd have to like, I don't know, scale everything down. I liked it the way it used to be. And if you want to go back to that, all you got to do, go to the end of it here, and right in here where it says put everything on the new line or put every property on the new line or method, just instead of that, change it to add comma and space to each property. So when you click away, as you can see, it adds comma and space to each property. Now you can see them all in here. It kind of fills up your composition area, which is great. So that's how you do that. I mean, I know it's a lot of code, and I'm hoping that this will be resolved to where we can use our reflection objects again. But essentially, it's the same thing. You can see that we have properties in here like rotation, opacity, scale, position, and where's the name property? It's in here somewhere. Right there. There's our name property. But we also have methods in here as well. So for example, I'm going to change it to, let's go to a property. I'm going to say period name. So now it shows us the property of name and also the fact that we can see methods, right? We can see the same stuff, 2 lowercase, 2 uppercase, and things of that nature. So essentially it's the exact same thing, but it just requires a lot more code. All right. Well, this is the end of this video. I really hope you found it useful. And if you want to learn more about the new changes that have happened to the After Effects expressions engine, you should definitely come back tomorrow where I'll talk about if-else statements and what changed there. So come back tomorrow, but if you're watching this in the future, then just go to the next video. I'm sure there's a link at the end of this video or in the description area of this video. So click on the link, check it out. But until next time, my name is Sergey Praknevsky, and this is Ukramedia.com.